Bernard-Henri Lévy is here. He is a philosopher, an author, a filmmaker, and a friend. His new documentary is called The Battle of Mosul. It takes viewers on the front lines of the fight to recapture the Iraqi city from ISIS. Here's a look at the trailer.
The
force is coming in here and the force is coming to him. After that, step by step, we clean the machine.
Lévy's earlier film, Peshmerga, was selected for the 2016 Cannes Film Festival. It focused on the Kurdish militia's fight against ISIS in Syria. I am pleased to have Bernard-Henri Lévy back at this table. Welcome.
Thank you, Charlie.
So what is it between you and the Kurds?
A sort of love story, but a political love story. They are so brave. They are so liberal. They are such an exception in this area. They are pro-West. They practice the equality between women and men. You have women fighting in the same battalions as the men. They are tolerant toward the other religions. You suggest this image of this Christian church, which has been vandalized by ISIS. It is Muslim Kurds who put the cross back, and they are very valiant. I had the chance and the honor to escort them, to go with them on the front lines. I could bear testimony for their bravery, for the atrocity of the war, and for the bravery with which they confront this war.
So in the battle for Mosul, they are fighting at the same time as Iraqis are fighting, other Iraqis from the Iraqi army. How do they get along together?
It's a coalition with also Western forces.
And with American air support?
And air support, ground support. Right. I met some American officers, American special forces. They are in the movie, on the ground. French also. It's a coalition of men and women of goodwill against barbarity. It's a coalition. In this coalition, there is a share of tasks. The Kurds did part of the job. They opened the gates of Mosul. They liberated all the villages around. And the Iraqi army is dealing with the battle inside Mosul. I followed both of them. I was embedded, or I signed up, in a way, with my camera, with both the Kurds and the Golden Division of the Iraqi army.
Do you now care more about making films, documentary films, than you do about writing books about those experiences like this?
It depends. This war, I had the chance to be first-hand witness. I had the chance to be taken really with my team, with Camille Otto, François Margolin, on the very front line. I felt a duty to see what I saw, to show what I saw, to show what I saw. And this, it could not be shown in a better way than with a documentary. You have to see these women wounded to death. You have to see this population of Mosul surging from the ruins with hunger. You have to see these women sniped when they get a little food. There is the snipers of Daesh from the roof who snipe them. You have to see this ruined city. The Kurds and the Iraqi, they fight and they liberate a ruined city. This is so heartbreaking. It was the same in Berlin in 1944, 1945. It repeats today.
Why do they fight?
They fight for us. They fight for themselves, first of all, for their families, for their country, but also for us. They are the Kurds and the Iraqi army. They are our boots on the ground. And they have really this feeling. All the Kurds with whom I spent night and days told me, we fight, and they mean it. We fight for civilization. We fight for values of freedom. The famous question of Capra in 1943 in America, why do we combat? Why do we fight? The Kurds ask the same question and they say, we fight for freedom. We fight for America. We fight for France. We fight against jihadism. And this is a great thing to see Muslim, because they are devoted Muslim. They are pious Muslims. They are true Muslims fighting against radical Islam. This is a great experience. And it is a great proof that the battle is not between the West and the rest,
it's within Islam.
Inside the rest, inside Islam, within Islam, between two conceptions of Islam. And I am proud to have escorted, to have filmed, to have shared some experience with these liberal and democratic Muslims who are the Kurds.
How the Kurds in Iraq differ? How do they differ from the Kurds in Syria?
In a way, they are the same. They are brothers, and the heart of every Iraqi Kurd beats at the same pace at the heart of a Syrian Kurd. But of course, as in all great peoples, there is some political differences. In Iraq, the Peshmergas, who are the one whom I followed, are probably more pro-West. They are probably, in Syria, there is some remnants of Marxism-Leninism of before. So there are some political differences. But they are Kurds. And they share this great patriotic hope of a nation for the Kurds.
How does the United States handle the issue that we support some of the Kurds, which drives the president, former prime minister of Turkey, crazy?
America is right to support the Kurds. You Americans and we French, we are supporting our brothers in arms and our brothers in spirit.
He sees them as terrorists, in some cases as terrorists who want to take part of his country back, part of Turkey back.
The Kurds I saw, the Kurds I accompanied in their war, I can tell you, are not terrorists. They are, again,
He means terrorists with respect to, in a different definition than ISIS, for example.
Certainly, but it is, for the moment, they are those who fight ISIS. They are those who fight for our values. For example, I give you one example which for me is a little test. The relationship with the Jews. In the Muslim world, this is a real test, the relationship with the Jews. In Kurdistan, it is the only place in this part of the Muslim world where a relationship with the Jews and with Israel is a pride and not a shame. I remember one day I was taken by my little escort to a village. I did not understand why. It was far from the front line. They knew that I was interested in the front line, that I was there to film the front line. They insisted to bring me to the village of Acre. When I arrived in this village of Acre, I understood. They wanted to show me a place of great pride for them, not sacred but very honorable, which was the house where was born a former defense minister of Israel. So you have there a Muslim country where the birthplace of a former minister of Israel is not something which they have to hide.
Do you remember which defense minister it was?
Yes, Itzhak Mordechai.
Ah, yes.
Itzhak Mordechai. So I know a lot of Muslim countries where this sort of place would be hidden as a sort of shame which has to be forgotten. There, it is something which has to be praised and shown to a visitor. It makes a big difference. Maybe it does not please Mr. Erdogan, but for an American citizen, for a French citizen, it makes a very big difference.
So you have the Kurds and you have the Iraqi army and you have the American army all fighting. How long will it take them to completely retake Mosul?
I cannot say that. I made my point of honor in this film to show what I saw as I saw it and when I saw it. So what is happening now, I have no special insight.
Right.
My feeling is that it will take some more time because ISIS are fighting in a coward but desperate way.
A cowardly but
Yes,
desperate way.
they are cowards, of course. They use the weapon of cowards, which is suicide cars, which is human shields, hostages. They use children, which they put on the front line, disarmed children, which is a shame. But they are the back against the wall, and they will fight till the end. The battle which began now is in very tiny and narrow streets where the Humvees in which you just saw my team in the trailer cannot enter. No Humvees, no tanks, no armored weapons. It has to be taken house by house, so it will take some time. But they will be defeated, and it will be very important because Mosul is important for two reasons. First of all, it is a biblical city. It is a biblical home of evil from 3,000 years ago till now. And number two...
A biblical home of
evil.
Evil,
yeah.
Right.
And number two, it is the capital of ISIS. All the terrorist attacks which did hit us in the last month or years had their brain in Raqqa in Syria, right, or Mosul. So this battle is absolutely crucial for the civilization, for America.
The next target after that is Raqqa.
The next target will be Tal Afar, first of all.
Right. Tal
Afar, which is a city in Iraq where there is a big part of the leadership of ISIS. And after that, Raqqa, yes.
Good one, eh? Yeah. The name's Fazlia.
Fazlia.
Yeah.
And we are going to enter in Fazlia. We are going to. Yeah.
La colonne arrive bien aux abords de Fazlia, mais Daesh, alerté par son drone, était en embuscade et nous prend par surprise.
My great friend, it's great to have you here on the program.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. See you next time.